That's right, man. It's Bootleg Kev backstage at the 2014 Forest Hills Drive tour. Right now with my dog Boz. What's up, brother?
Chilling, man. It's blessed to be here.
How has the tour been, man?
Man, incredible. I mean, can't get that platform everywhere. So I think, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any artist in my position would just be blessed to be on that stage.
I just talked to Omen, and I was kind of talking to him about, like, you guys got to go on, like, right when people are coming in. What is that like? That's a challenge. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it some nights better than others? Like, what is that like? You know what I'm saying? Because, people come to these type of big tours late.
Right. I guess it is, but like we cut our teeth on the road. You know what I mean? Like we've all been thrown to the wolves in a sense. So by now it's like it's just second nature. Like you rock every crowd like it's capacity, and you rock it like they came to see you. And then that's how you win them over. And I think, even when we're here early, there's still thousands of people here in the lawn.
Yeah, it is. Oh, is it just spread out?
Yeah, exactly. So from our vantage point, like I get to do that every day and put, new people onto my music.
100%. Speaking of that, I know you earlier, was it later last year, you did your first like solo little run on tour. Right. How was that?
The last one on tour was dope, man. It was really inspiring, you know what I mean, to see the hard work pay off, because when you're headlining pretty much, it's a lot of kids that saw you open and then saw me open for Cole, saw me support Ab-Soul, things of that nature. And it's cool when they just come out and you see the faces multiply every time. And you're like, oh, I just got to, the more you come back to markets and show love, right, they show love back.
100%. Who were some of your earliest, like, influences MC-wise? Like, who influenced you coming up that isn't real typical? Everybody fucks with Biggie and Jay and everybody, but who really influenced you that, might be a little different and unique?
Different and unique, man. That's good. There's a bunch, man. You know what? When I
like Omen was shouting out cannabis.
Yeah, no, my freshman year in college, Young Joe dropped his first album.
Young Joe's album was low-key slept on.
Crazy. That's what I'm saying. That album was crazy. So that opened my eyes as like just a New York kid that went to Virginia for school and started, getting acclimated to more southern music.
Yeah, that Young Joe album was very slept on.
Yeah. That's definitely some people probably wouldn't know. Obviously the Biggies, the Pacs, the Hoes, the Nas. Like I'm from New York, so all those guys, that's like Mount Rushmore. But Young Joe, people might not know that.
Being from New York, is it like hard to, because I feel like a lot of the guys who are kind of popping in New York, obviously right now there's the Joey Badasses and the Action Bronsons, and there's a whole nother movement out there, underachievers, all those guys that are doing their thing. But I feel like people who come from New York, a lot of times they're like striving to somehow incorporate that classic sound. Like, you know what I'm saying? Is that like a gift and a curse? Is that something you even think about when you make music?
I don't think about it. I think when New York is really lacking and where you see, a lot of other cities come up is you really got to provide something new to the game, a new sound in general. You know what I mean? You really got, if you can provide a new sound, it doesn't matter where you're from, that sound is going to become synonymous with your city. So I don't think about, I got to, fit in this.
I got to get a primo beat.
Yeah, no, I just work with my guys, and what feels right. And to my fans, those are New York records anyway.
Straight up. How did you and Cole initially meet?
He was going to school in Queens at St. John's. Ebe introduced us. Ebe's my brother. So I remember the first time, like I didn't even rap back then, you know what I mean? I remember the first time Ebe was like, yo, Jermaine could rap.
So what year is this?
This is like
05, 06?
09, nah.
Oh, 09.
This is like 09, 08, maybe 07, 08, 09-ish.
So at that time you hadn't even started rapping?
Nah, I didn't start rapping until 2010. I was just, doing dumb New York City street shit. You know what I mean? Moving how the city moves. And just always, Cole was the homie, so we always made it a point, like, locally to try to put anyone on. It was like, yo, this kid is really good. Like, so that's just how it started, really. And then when I started making music, it was real amateur and rough around the edges. But I remember, like, the first time I played Cole a record, he was like, man, I dig, like, that you got your own style off jump. And he's like, so I can't wait to see where you're gonna be in like 2 years when you like really refine your craft.
Yeah, and you're still probably doing that.
Yeah, I'm still doing it every
100%.
day. Every song, I feel like I'm learning something new, or like just the parameters of songwriting are growing for me. But yeah, so pretty much 3 or 4 years later, when it was time to do the Interscope thing, I had evolved to a point in my craft, and he had evolved to a point in his professional career where he was, in a position to give a platform to artists that he fucked with. So, he gave me the call, and it was a no-brainer.
You got the first album out the way last year.
Yep.
Are you working? I know you. I just saw you messing with my dude Cam.
Yeah.
Who's one of my OGs from Vegas.
Shout out to Cam, man.
But are you working on album number 2 already?
Yes, for sure. I've been working for a while, man. I'm really excited to share it. I don't really have any dates or nothing like that yet, but it's like easily my best work, I feel, and my most honest work, my most I'm just at a certain comfort level and confidence after doing it.
Did you get any records in with Ab? I know you're on the road with Ab Soul. Did you guys get any records in?
We did a record. Shout out to Ab Soul, Solo Ho. That's the homie.
It was like the coolest dude ever. Yeah. The most chill ass, coolest
just
motherfucker ever.
Just a great spirit. He hit me about that recently. Actually, I think.
Yo, what's up with the record? When's it dropping?
I think he's. I mean, from what I heard, it might be on his joint.
Oh, dope.
Which would be a dope look for me. Yeah, it's a really dope record. Either way, it's gonna make its way out. But Soul got the key to that one.
What is the process with getting? Obviously, Cole is in your camp, but what is that process when you want to get Cole on a record? Is it something that he hears and he's like, yo, I'm going to get on that? Or is it something that you have in mind? You're like, yo, man, I really want you on this.
I usually, because Cole hears everything, so I usually gauge it by like what he's most inspired by.
Excited about,
I mean?
Yeah.
So I might have a song for a while and know like Cole loves this song. And then when it comes down to, put my whole thing in order, and I'm like, all right, well, I know Cole really likes this song, so I'll probably get a fire verse if he's on that song.
Right, you want to get the best out of him.
Yeah, exactly. You never want to do uninspiring work. So it's usually just the song that I feel he's inspired the most by.
For sure, man. Well, look, the new album hopefully will get sooner than later. I'm sure you're sitting on a whole lot of records.
Man.
Tons
whole
and tons.
camp is, honestly. I'm excited. I'm excited. There's,
What other besides Ab, is there like any other songs with anybody else that you that might make their way out, might not make their way out that you have?
No, not really. I'm working on one for my album that would be really dope. I can't speak on it yet because it's so far from completion.
We got to get a Young Dro collab now.
Man, Dro, holla at me.
He got a hot record right now too. That we in the city moving in the club.
I always rock with Dro, man. He just colorful, you know what I mean? It's very like,
and his polo game is on point.
Facts.
That Ralph Lauren.
Facts.
He's the king. Anyway, shout out to my dude Boz, man.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
Look out for new music. Dreamville.